Hello, friends. Today you are joining with the third episode of SQL for Data Analytics video series. In this episode, we are going to learn how to use like operator, case expressions, and string functions. So let's see what is like operator. So just assume that you have a customers table. In the customers table, you can see there are different kinds of Gmail service providers, um, Gmail, Yahoo, Apple. Let's say you want to filter out only Gmail users, then how can you do that? So the logic should be based on this at Gmail uh, text pattern. So we can use the text pattern with the like operator. So like operator is another extension of where clause. So we use like operator with the at Gmail pattern within where clause to filter data. Let's see the basic syntax of the like operator. So this is the basic syntax of the like operator. First you select whatever columns you need, then from which table, where, from which column. In the previous case it should be the email address column, like which pattern, then you have to mention, you have to give uh, based on what pattern you want to filter out data. Okay, in like operator there are two types of wildcards. First one is percentage sign that represents 0, 1 or multiple characters, and underscore, it represents one or single character. If you need to find email IDs that start with X, then you have to use where email like X, then the percentage mark. This percentage mark represent all the following characters after the X. So this pattern should be enclosed with single quotes or double quotes. Then you can use percentage sign at the beginning of the text pattern. That means that will give you the all the patterns, all the text that end with X. So this percentage sign represent all the characters before the X. Let's say you need to find any values that have X, Y in any portion of the email ID. Then you can use where like, where email like, percentage mark, XY percentage mark. So this percentage, two percentage marks represent, the first one represent the any other characters before the XY. Then the second percentage mark represent all the other characters followed by the XY. So let's go to the underscore. So where like underscore Y percentage mark. So that will give you any email IDs where there are one character before Y and many other characters or multiple characters or zero characters followed by the Y. So we can use these underscore and percentage sign to figure out all the other patterns in a text field. So let's see how we can use this. So the first question, select customers where email address start with J, simple J. Let's see how we can do that. Okay, customers here, there are many names starting with different letters. So let's say customers that starting with simple J. Select customers where, so the first problem is select customers. So the first problem is select customers where email address start with simple J. Okay, let's see how we can do that. In the email address section, there are many emails. There's one guy here, jacksmith@microsoft.com. So let's see whether we can get all the email addresses starting with J. Select. We need first name, sorry, from customers. So that will help me with the auto completion of the code. Before now DB, we will know from which table I'm going to fetch data, fetch tables. From, so first name, then I need last name, then I need the email address. So this will give me only these 3 columns. So let's see how we can find the email addresses or the users, customers. Start only with letter J. Where? So all the conditions start with where, from which column? From email. Like, single quote, then J, then the percentage mark. Okay, now I get the results. See all the email addresses starting with J, only starting with J. So that's how we can use that. Let's go to another example. The next example is okay. Select customers where at Apple in anywhere in the email addresses. So this is the first problem that we were trying to solve. So we need to figure out email IDs that uh, that we can find at Apple anywhere within the email address. So basically they are the Apple email service provider users. Yeah, so let's do that. Select, again we will use the same columns where from the email column with the like operator. So now we need email addresses where we can find at Apple within the email address. So start with single quotes, then so there can be characters before at Apple because usually there is a username before this service provider. So we have to use dollar percentage sign, then at Apple, and there can be other characters after the at Apple, most likely like .com. So we use this second percentage sign to represent those characters. We can run this. Okay, now we get all the values, all the email IDs which are from Apple. Next example. Yeah, third example. Select the email address where AR characters start from the second portion. In this case, we cannot use percentage sign to represent the characters before AR because the question is specifically asked for the values that have AR in the second portion of the email ID. In that case, so there can be only one character before AR. To represent that single character, we can use one underscore like this. So that one underscore will represent one character before AR. And there can be one or multiple or no characters after AR. So to represent those characters, we can use percentage sign. Let's see how we can implement this code. Okay. Zoom a little bit. select first name. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I will copy paste from the previous section. Where email is like one character before AR, all the other characters after the AR. Then let's run it. Yeah, my bad. I have added a semicolon to this like operator. That. Okay, now I run it again. Okay. In these email IDs, you can clearly see, I will zoom it a little bit. All the second character and third character is AR, Kara, Martha, Aaron, Mark, Mark. The second character is A and the third character is R, and there's a one character before that, and there are multiple characters after the AR. That's the third example. Let's try our fourth example. Let's try something different with this. Let's say we need like two characters before AR, then we can add another underscore. So now let's execute the code. So okay, there's only one result here. FH, F is first character, H is the second character, AR is the character we need, and all the other following characters. So if we need like multiple characters before or after given a particular text, then we have to use the exact amount of underscores before or after the text. Okay, let's move on to the next. Select emails start with J and end with @Yahoo and plus more 3 characters to the latter part of the email address. So here we go. So the first character should be J, then there can be multiple characters, but at the end there should be @Yahoo plus 3 more characters. So the first character is J, and there can be many other characters in between J and @Yahoo, and there should be 3 more characters followed by the Yahoo. So this is how we write it. So let's execute it. Copy it and we paste it at script. Okay, let's execute it. Okay. So when we look at the results, all the email IDs start with J, then there are other characters in between, and then Yahoo, then there are 3 more characters. So dot is one character, then pt, dot nl dot se. So here there are 3 underscores. Why we get the result. Let's add another underscore here. See what will happen. Okay, this result match with this pattern. So there are 4 characters after the Yahoo. Dot is the one character, then .com, this com is another 3 characters. That's how we get it. Case expressions. Case expressions are very important when we are applying logical conditions and when we need value to be returned based on those logical conditions. So let's say you have inventory and you want to label any inventory older than 3 months as expired. Anything in between 6 weeks and 3 months as old. You can use case expressions to do that. Or customers who return every month as loyal, and customers who have not returned after 1 year as churned customers. So this is the basic syntax of case expressions. start with case when. um, so this is the first condition. Let's say when your inventory is older than 3 months, then return as expired. Can be text or numeric like 1 or 0. When your condition, when your inventory is older than 6 weeks and less than 6 months, then return as old. Any other values, any other rows that do not fall into any of these conditions will return this value that comes after else. So this else represent the all the other rows that do not fall into any of these conditions. And at the end of the case expressions, you have to mention end to denote that this case expression is over. So we will use this case expression within select clause between select and form as selecting the column. If there is no else part or no conditions are true, then it will return null. So let's try something. In tracks table, you can find name of the track and length in milliseconds. You can convert milliseconds into minutes by multiplying by 0.001 and divide by 60. First, let's do that. Okay, let's copy this query right here. Okay, let me execute it. So now you get the name of each track, walls to the wall. Then the length of the track in milliseconds, and we did this conversion from milliseconds to minutes. Now we have time in minutes, so we have a better feeling about the duration of the each track. Then let's apply case expressions. Okay, these are the conditions. Let's categorize songs based on the length of the track. If a track is longer than 7 minutes, it's too long. Between 7 and 5 or equal to 5, it's still long. Between 3.5 and 5 minutes, it's perfect. Less than 3.5 minutes, it's short. Let's see how we can implement that. Let's copy our conditions here so it's easier for us. I use double dash to make them comments. So select tracks, name of the song, then it's, so we don't need this alias anymore. Edit, so add, then okay, case, we start the case expression when song length is longer than 7 minutes, then return too long. Then we go to the second condition when it's greater than 5, then return long. So here now we have already mentioned, given the condition, if the song is longer than 7 minutes, it should be too long. Here we don't have to mention between 5 and 7 because first it tests for this condition. All if it doesn't meet this condition, it will try to apply this condition because it comes after, it's followed by the first condition. So any song that check with this condition is a song that is shorter than or shorter than 7 minutes. So it's already there, that condition is inherently it's here. So we don't have to mention between 5 and 6 7. So 10 milliseconds between 3.5, then it's perfect. Anything else? So anything else? So anything, so less than 3.5 means now anything that doesn't meet any of these conditions mean it is shorter than 3.5. So we can use else as short. Okay, here we can use alias. So we can rename this column as song duration, song duration. Then let's execute this. Okay, see, this song is longer than 5 minutes, so that means it's long. This song is between 3.5 and 5, so it's perfect. Let's see for a too long one. Yeah, here this song is 8 minutes long song, so that's a too long song. So that's how we apply case expressions. Okay, let's move on to string functions. So as a data analyst or data scientist, you must know how to work with string functions in any programming language, especially in SQL as well. That you can do so many things with string functions. As an example, upper function will convert string into uppercase, lower function will convert string into lowercase, sub str function in extract and return a substring with a predefined length starting at a specified position in a source string. Replace a substring. Left will extract number of characters from a string starting from left. Trim will remove leading and trailing spaces. That's a very good way to clean data. Length will return the number of characters within a string. Okay. So we are using SQLite. It doesn't support left or right. Instead of we have to use sub str, but all the like most of the other databases support left and right. Let's test few functions. So here I will copy this code. Okay, so we are selecting data from customers table. Let's apply some functions. So we select first name of the customer, then we select the first name with the upper function, so it will return first name in uppercase. Then we return country, then we return first three characters of the country using substring function in SQLite. So here we mentioned we have to we start with the first character, and we need 3 characters starting from the first character. So that's what we do here. Then the phone number, then the length of the phone number of characters within the phone string. Let's execute this. Okay, let's see the values. Okay, here we have convert the first name to uppercase. All the names are now in uppercase. Here we select only the first three letters, first three characters of the country. Brazil, BRA, Germany, GER, Canada, CAN. Likewise, then here we count the number of characters within the phone number, 18, 16, 17, 15. We can use string function not only within select clause, we can use with them where function, where clause as well to filter data. Let me show how to do that. So let's try this example. Let's filter phone numbers length is greater than 16. So let's go dbeaver. Here we can select from customers, select their first name, then their phone number, then where to filter data, then let's take the length of the phone number. So let's select customers with more phone number with more than 16 characters. Let's execute it. We can have the length here as well, so we know it's accurate or not. Okay, all the phone numbers we see here are longer than 16 characters. 18, 17. Yeah, here there's one 19 characters. Okay, with that we finished today's lesson. In the next episode I will bring you how to use aggregation functions to summarize data. So don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you like this content and you wish to learn more on this topic, and hit the bell icon for further updates. Thank you.